Chosen one, God disrupted your day to bring you this specific message because He saw you last night. He saw the heaviness you carry, the silent tears you hide from the world, and the question burning in your soul. Did I do something wrong? Listen closely. You are not under judgment. You are under transition. The intense pressure you have felt for the last few months was not punishment. It was a final exam. And heaven has sent me to deliver the verdict you have been waiting for. You passed. You did not just survive the storm. You mastered it. But be warned. The moment between passing the test and receiving the reward is the most critical time. The enemy wants you to give up at the finish line. Do not click away. Quiet your mind. Open your spirit. God is about to reveal the blueprint of your restoration, and it begins right now. If you are hearing this, it is because your spirit has been crying out for an answer. You have been walking through a season that feels like a thick fog. You have prayed, but the heavens seemed brass. You have fasted, but the breakthrough seemed to move further away. And in the quiet of your room, a dangerous thought has started to whisper to you. That thought says, you have been forgotten. That thought says, you missed your destiny. I am here to rebuke that lie right now, as it is written in Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Notice that God says He knows the plans even when you do not. The fog you are in is not a sign of His absence. It is a sign of His protection. He hid you in the shadow of His hand while He prepared the table before you. I need to speak to the physical and spiritual exhaustion you are feeling right this second. You feel drained, not just tired from work, but a deep soul-level fatigue that sleep does not fix. You wake up tired. You walk through the day feeling heavy. You might even feel a sudden desire to isolate yourself from everyone. You think this is depression. You think this is a sign that you are losing your spark. But let me diagnose this correctly for you. This is not defeat. This is battle fatigue. You feel this way because for the last 3 years, you have been fighting spiritual giants that would have crushed anyone else. You have been carrying the weight of your bloodline, breaking generational curses, standing in the gap for people who do not even say thank you. Your spirit has been in a high alert state of war for so long that you have forgotten how to rest. Your adrenaline has been pumping spiritually, waiting for the next attack, the next bill, the next betrayal. But hear this. The war is over. The reason you feel so heavy right now is that the adrenaline is finally wearing off because the threat is gone. God is calling you into a place of rest. Jesus said in Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." He did not say, "I will give you more work." He said, "Rest." Right now, I want you to do something with me. Do not move your body. Just use your mind. Imagine that heavy, invisible armor you have been wearing, the helmet of worry, the shield of defense, the heavy breastplate of anxiety. Imagine them unbuckling. Feel the weight sliding off your shoulders. Let it drop to the floor. You do not need it anymore. You are safe. Feel that release. That is your spirit acknowledging the truth. The season of armor is over. The season of robes has begun. But you might be asking, if the war is over, why do I still feel pain? Why does my life still look messy? This is where many chosen ones fail. They mistake the wreckage of the battle for the final destination. They see the dust and think they lost. But God is saying, look closer. The enemy threw everything he had at you. He tried to attack your health. He tried to ruin your reputation. He tried to drain your finances. He attacked your mind with fear and anxiety. He wanted you to curse God and die. But look at you. You are still here. You are still seeking God. You are listening to this message. That was the test. The test was never about being perfect. It was about remaining standing. God kept a record of every single moment you held on. As Psalm 56:8 says, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle." Not one tear was wasted. Every moment you chose faith over fear, you were depositing currency into your spiritual account. And now that account is about to pay out. The reason God has been silent is the same reason a teacher is silent during a test. The teacher is not ignoring you. The teacher is watching you to see if you remember the lesson. And you remembered. You held on to your integrity. You did not sell your soul for a quick fix. You passed. God has placed 3 very specific signs in your life recently to prove that you have passed the test. These are not obvious signs. In fact, most people misinterpret them as bad luck or setbacks. The first sign you passed was the silence of God which tested your faith. The second sign you passed is the Judas kiss, the unexpected betrayal, rejection, or sudden separation from people you thought would be with you forever. Friends you trusted stopped calling. Family members you supported suddenly turned against you. Or perhaps a relationship you thought was your destiny ended abruptly. You have been crying over this, replaying conversations in your head, wondering what you said wrong. But wipe your tears, chosen one. This separation was not an accident. It was an eviction. God saw conversations you did not hear. God saw the envy in their hearts that they hid behind a smile. You are entering a season of high elevation, and the people who were attached to you could not handle the altitude where you are going. God did not take them away to hurt you. He removed them to protect you. Think about Joseph. His brothers betrayed him and threw him into a pit. But that betrayal was the transportation system that moved him from the pit to the palace. Those people left you because they were blocking the door. They had to move so the destiny helpers could enter. Stop checking their social media. Release them. They did not reject you. God redirected them. The third sign you passed is the dried brook, the financial drought. You have been in a season where resources dried up mysteriously. Clients canceled. Money you were expecting got delayed. Unexpected bills drained your savings. You asked God, "If I am chosen, why am I struggling to survive?" This scarcity was not a sign of poverty. It was a test of source. God had to dry up your usual streams of income to teach you one critical lesson: the difference between a resource and the source. Your job is a resource. Your clients are resources. But God is the source. God allowed the brook to dry up, just like He did for the prophet Elijah, not to kill him, but to move him to where his next miracle was waiting. You kept giving even when you had little. You kept praying even when the rent was due. You proved that money does not control you. You passed the test of stewardship. The drought is over. So, here is where we stand. You passed the test of silence. You survived the test of betrayal. You endured the test of scarcity. According to spiritual law, you should be celebrating right now. But let me guess. You do not feel that way, do you? You might feel a strange anxiety of waiting for the other shoe to drop. You are experiencing something called spiritual phantom pain. When a soldier comes home from war, even though he is safe in his bed, his body still reacts as if he is on the battlefield. You have been in survival mode for so long that your spirit has become addicted to the struggle. You have forgotten what peace feels like. You are so used to fighting that when there is peace, you think something is wrong. This is dangerous. If you do not heal this phantom pain, you will sabotage the blessing God is handing you. You are moving from being a survivor to being a governor. For the last few years, your identity has been wrapped up in survival. And while that is honorable, a survivor mindset is dangerous in the promised land. A survivor hoards resources because they fear they will run out. A survivor looks at the ground trying to avoid pitfalls, but a governor looks at the horizon. A governor walks with authority, not fear. The test you just passed was not designed to make you a professional victim. It was designed to forge a king. Romans 8:37 declares, "We are more than conquerors through him who loved us." To be more than a conqueror means you do not just win the fight, you take over the territory. Stop wearing your battle scars like they are your identity. You are not what happened to you. You are who God created you to be. I am speaking prophetically to someone right now. About 3 or 4 years ago, you had a dream. A business idea, a book you wanted to write, a ministry you wanted to start. You were passionate about it. You bought the domain name. You wrote the first chapter. But then the storm hit. The betrayal happened. The finances dried up. And in the midst of survival mode, you quietly packed that dream away. I am here to announce a resurrection. That dream did not die. It was just hibernating, a seed waiting for the winter to pass. And now that spring is here, that vision is stirring again. You have felt it in the last few days, haven't you? A sudden idea popped into your head, a random desire to open that old notebook. Do not ignore it. That is the Holy Spirit blowing on the embers. God had to pause the vision because the version of you that existed 3 years ago was not strong enough to carry it. You needed to go through the fire to become the person who can handle the weight of this glory. And now you are ready. The notebook you buried is glowing in the spirit realm. Go find it. Open the file. The anointing on it has not expired. It has doubled. I know the doubt that is creeping into your mind right now. You are looking at the calendar, calculating the years you spent fighting battles, and you are thinking it is too late. I missed my window. I am too old. Listen to me very closely. God knew you would lose time. He knew the enemy would steal years from you. That is why he has prepared a supernatural countermeasure. Joel 2:25 says, "I will restore to you the years that the locusts have eaten." He does not say, "I will restore the crops." He says, "I will restore the years." You are serving a God who lives outside of time. He can step into your timeline and fold it. This is divine acceleration. What would normally take 10 years, God is going to do in 10 months. You have not lost time, chosen one. You were just in a slingshot. You were being pulled back further and further, and it felt like a setback. It felt like you were retreating. It felt like everyone else was moving forward while you were stuck. But God was just creating tension, building potential energy. And now he is about to release his finger. You are going to fly past people who have been walking steadily for years. The project you launch next month will gain traction faster than anything you tried in the last decade. The relationship God brings to you will move with a holy speed that bypasses the usual games and confusion. You are about to experience a compression of time where miracles happen back to back. The delay was not a denial, it was the setup for a quantum leap. So stop looking at your age, stop looking at your peers. You are on a different clock, you are on kingdom time. But the enemy is not going to stand on the sidelines and cheer. He knows he cannot stop the blessing, so he is going to try to stop your belief in it. His strategy is psychological warfare. He wants to infect your mind with a virus called imposter syndrome. A voice will start whispering. It will sound like your own voice, but it is a broadcast from hell. Is this really real? It's too good to be true. Who do you think you are? You made so many mistakes. You are damaged goods. This voice is designed to make you sabotage your own coronation. Doubt is the abort button on your destiny. We need to shut this down right now. Focus your attention on the center of your forehead, the seat of your mind. Imagine there is a heavy iron door standing open in your mind. Through this door, the whispers of doubt have been creeping in. Now see yourself walking up to that door. You are not afraid. You are angry. You are a general claiming his territory. Grab the handle. Take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Slam it. Hear the boom in your spirit. Turn the lock. Throw away the key. Say to your spirit, I am worthy because he called me. I accept the blessing. I reject the guilt. Feel that quietness. That is the sound of a secured perimeter. You have locked the enemy out of your command center. God has already dispatched a specific group of people to surround you. You have felt lonely because you were in the wilderness. In the wilderness, you walk alone with God. But in the promised land, you walk in community. God is not sending you back to the people who betrayed you. He is sending you a new tribe. These are what the Bible calls Jonathan relationships. In 1 Samuel 18:1, it says that the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David. You are about to meet people who understand your language without you having to explain yourself. With your old friends, you had to shrink to fit in. You had to apologize for your ambition. But these new destiny helpers are different. They are not intimidated by your light. They are attracted to it. When you tell them a big dream, they will not say, be realistic. They will say, when do we start? Here is how you will recognize them. They will celebrate you, not tolerate you. They will have a key to a door you have been trying to open for years. And after you spend time with them, you will feel energized, not exhausted. These people are already moving toward you. For so long you have waited for people to validate you. You wanted your parents to be proud. You wanted your boss to notice. You wanted the world to clap. But God is saying, why are you looking at them? Look at me. The Creator of the universe is looking at you right now with a smile that lights up the galaxies. He is not just loving you, He is liking you. He enjoys you. Zephaniah 3:17 says, the Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In His love He will rejoice over you with singing. Can you hear that God is singing over you? He is bragging about you to the angels. Look at my child. Look at how they stood. Look at how they kept their heart pure. When God endorses you, doors open that no man can shut. Your name is spoken in rooms you have never entered. The struggle was not to break you. It was to qualify you for this endorsement. You are the called, the chosen, and the faithful chosen one. You are not the same person who clicked on this message 20 minutes ago. You have been washed. You have been surgically healed, and you have been upgraded. You are walking back out into the world, but you are not just a survivor anymore. You are a weapon. Jesus said in Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." Do not try to hide anymore. Do not try to shrink back to make others comfortable. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere will change because you carry the residue of God's glory. When you speak, demons will tremble because they hear the authority of the King in your voice. You are a dangerous person to the kingdom of darkness because you are awake. Go forth and occupy. Build the business. Write the book. Heal the sick. Love the unlovable. The test is over. The graduation is complete. The seal is on your forehead. Walk with your head high, chosen one, for all of heaven is walking with you. The world is waiting for your rising. Your time in the wilderness has ended. Your season of lack has closed. Your era of being overlooked is finished. This is your moment. This is your hour. This is your appointed time. Now go and be who God created you to be. You are chosen. You are protected. You are unstoppable. And nothing can change that.